Hey guys, Luca from Learning FTG, and I'm just going to go over this 5.0 I did with this updated list of Tyvar Rona. I'm playing 3 Atraxas now, so I'll just talk about some of the changes to the deck. I changed the mana base slightly, added some of the shock lands so you don't have too many of these fast lands, and I went down to 3 Retraction Helix because I like to play more mid-range plan. I feel like it's less often that you win with a combo. It's more often that you win with like just a value plan with this deck. The combo is just to keep your opponent honest, basically, to force them to spend their early turns killing your creatures, and then beating them late game with Planeswalkers and Atraxa. I went up to a third Relic of Legends. Um, Most situations, it's kind of like a 3 mana rock that gives you 2 mana. It's pretty nice. Also, color fixes. It's just relevant in certain situations. I played one of these, Invasion of Talvada. Basically, I found that there's enough situations where you discard an Atraxa to Rona, and then being able to reanimate it for 5 minutes is quite nice. Um, yeah, and I've also got a Fibble Thip here. Gives your deck a little bit more quality when you are just randomly activating Keenan. And it's a nice card to have early. It could be like a chump blocker for a Planeswalker. It can activate your Mox Amber if you have no other legends in play. I found 4 Skrelv to be too much. I'm not sure if like 2 or 3 is correct. Or maybe even none, and then you can maybe replace these Razor Roach Thickets with something else. Sideboard, I've just got 1 Retraction Helix because I think in some matchups you just want to be more all in on the combo. Basically in the matchups that either they're very fast and so you need to combo to race them also, or in the matchups where your opponent doesn't have much removal for the combo, and then you can feel better about having 4 Retraction Helix. Um, Sideboard, I don't know. I've just after playing many games with the deck, I basically just took out the cards that I was almost never searching for and added some other ones. I added Sky Sovereign, I added God Pharaoh statue, um, and just took out some of the cards that I don't find so often. So let's get to the games. First round. Try to go through these games as quickly as possible to keep the video short. Okay. So my opponent's on the play. They're playing Spirits. Spirits is rough if they get the good start. My opponent gets a really good start here. They have Mausoleum Wanderer and a Curiosity enchantment, and they have the 1 mana counter spell to stop my Keenan. So I play Oath of Nissa here after they counter my spell. It's 3 lands. I found Oath of Nissa is really good in this deck. Basically lets you find your Plaza of Heroes, which is often what you want because it's just a super land, or it helps you find like Tyvar or Rona. Very good in this deck. So counters my Tyvar, and now I'm like in a lot of trouble. My hand's all Lance and Retraction Helix. This is why I only like to play through Retraction Helix, because you can get stuck with them, you know, in a lot of different types of games. So opponents just beat me down with Spirits. I can grab Giganta here. I can play Llanowar Elf maybe. Oh no, I want to leave up Retraction Helix, so Retraction Helix does have some utility here. I can kill his combat research. Opponent's quite far ahead though. It's going to be hard. Once you get behind against Spirits, it's tough to come back. Play Gigantha, play Llanowar Elves. So here I'm hoping for Atraxa basically. And I'm dead. Okay. Oops. Oh, I lost the tournament. Okay. Let's just go to my game history. So now game 2 against Spirits. This time I'm on the play. I like to keep pretty much any hand with lands and spells. So I'm basically just playing like a value mid-range deck that can also combo occasionally. Fine, Tyvar. Opponent starts on Mausoleum Wanderer. Skrelv. Opponent does not have a Curiosity, which is very good for me. Here, just go Tyvar. He counters it. Fair enough. I can attack for 1 here. Doesn't look so good so far. Another Mausoleum Wanderer. Play Rona. Resolves. Grab my Gigantha. Now I have Skrelv up to protect my Rona. So I'm just looking for Attraction Helix to combo. Or maybe I can play long game. Here would probably, since he has so many 1-drops, I'd even be thinking about getting a Filigree Silex with my Karn. Yeah, now he's got 5 1-drops. Okay, he's starting to put some pressure on me. Attacks for 7, down to 9. Okay, drew Attraction Helix, so I have the combo now. He can play Slip Out the Back, but I have the Skrelv to protect, so I can combo an infinite. Go to game 3. Again, have lands and spells. I tend to keep those in this with this deck, with this list. I can play Elf turn 1. Opponent attacks me for 1. So again, no Curiosity, which is very good. Both Anissa, grab a Karn. Both Anissa, grab a Skrelv, and I can play the Skrelv. Ooh, counters my Skrelv, okay. Honestly, I don't mind him countering that. It's not very important to my strategy. Attacks me for 1. Oh, and he's missing line drop. Play this Karn. I don't know if maybe I should have plussed Karn here. I think I really mismanaged my Karn in this game. Probably should have just plussed. Because it's like so unlikely he can kill here. And also the Godfarer statue is not really what I was thinking is like, well, on 5 mana I can just play this. So here I just want him to kill my Karn, and then I can bring it back with Invasion of Tolvada. But he makes a really weird attack. I think he only attacks my Karn for 1, like mind reading me? I don't know, he kills the Karn. So here we play Gigantha. I think in this game I just played really loose. But it didn't matter. Okay. Takes me down to 3, 4. And I chopped like a Atraxa. So now I'm in great shape. You can't even really tap it down so easily because I have Plaza of Heroes, but I also have the combo. So that's the cool thing with the Atraxa in this deck is you can just find like Tyvar Rona Attraction Helix. So Mystical Disputes, that's fine. Just bring back my Rona. And play Attraction Helix. He has 2 Mausoleum Wanderers, but I can tap the Mana Conflicts, pay for 1. And then I can tap the Atraxa with Relic of Legends, pay for the other. And then I can infinite combo here. So that's a pretty sweet win. Atraxa a lot of times just finds you the combo in this deck. You have... Also, now that there's 1 battle in the deck, you have land, instant, creature, planeswalker, enchantment, artifact, if I already said it, and battle. So I think you have 7 different types in the deck. Okay. So that's the first round. Beat Spirits. Played a little bit loose. Still got there. Let's go to the second round. So this is a great hand. So one of the reasons why I don't like playing so much Skrelv is because a lot of times you'd rather play Llanowar Elf turn 1 than Skrelv. It's only in very specific situations you'd rather play turn 1 Skrelv over Elf. Okay, he has a good start. Usually when your opponent plays turn 1 Elvish but stick into Kiora, you kind of just lose against that deck. Because they have 8,000 mana. Yeah, it's not looking good for me. If I get a Retraction Helix, I can win. Assuming he does nothing. Okay, grab a Mox Amber here. So I have I have all the pieces except for I don't have Retraction Helix. Okay, so this is not good for me. There's a troll. Have his Nykthos for 10 mana. He plays a Karn, I've seen enough. I don't think I can come back from that. Okay. I mean, what would he even... Yeah, the Karn kind of shuts out my Mox Amber, and... I think he could just get Chain Veil and win the game probably here. Do some crazy stuff, I don't know. Maybe it was a premature scoop. Okay, game 2. Okay, now I'm on the play. This is definitely just a matchup where it's a race to like who can get a lot of mana and Karn first. Sand's fine. I have a turn 2 Rona, which is really good against mono green because they can't really interact with it. So play turn 2 Rona. Opponent is digging for lands, finds a land, and okay. But they don't, looks like they don't have another land though. So only have 4 mana next turn. Play my Tyvar. Bring back an elf with Tyvar. Opponent plays Karn. Luckily they can't play Python Needle on Tarna. That would on Rona, that would have been really bad. Okay. Draw the Atraction Helix, GG. I can Karn for Mox Amber and win the game here. So it's a great draw. Okay, on to game 3. Okay, opponent does not have an elf. Very good for me. I have turn 1 elf. Opponent plays Wolf Haven. I think I just want to play Rona here. I don't know, there's a lot of options here. Okay, I go for Tyvar, untap the elf. Tyvar effectively gives my Rona haste, so it's probably better than playing the Rona. Okay, play Rona, and now I'm just digging for Retraction Helix. I would have sided in the 4th Retraction Helix in this matchup, so. Okay, play Relic, tap the Relic for land elf. So I have lots of mana. I can play Atraxa next turn most likely. Opponent plays very strange here, where they don't play anything, so it's almost definitely that they have Boseiju, so I just play around Boseiju. Play the Atraxa, get a bunch of stuff, and then I'll just bounce his permanents with Rona. Bounce, untap, bounce, and then end of turn he plays the Boseiju, so it's pretty obvious he had Boseiju. Good that I didn't go for the combo. Not that it really mattered. I don't think that can beat Atraxa like this early in the game before they get Planeswalkers in play. Okay, game's over. I also have the combo in hand. Again, when you Atraxa, you usually just find the combo. Okay, so far I beat Spirits, mono green. Now we'll go to round 3, where I'm playing against O Danielakos, which is like a really good Phoenix player, Blue Red Phoenix. So let's see how this goes. Again, I got lands and spells. I'm fine with keeping hands like this, even though it's super slow. Plays land go. Play Boseiju go. So this is one of the slower hands because you have like 10 1-drops and 9 2-drops in the deck. Okay, Thing of the Ice. Not too scary. Try to, oh yeah, so I blind flipped my Tyvar and got a Keenan. Keenan is really good with his Relic. He kills my Keenan in response to Relic. I play Retraction Helix, just bounce that Thing in the Ice. Bouncing the Thing in Ice is effectively like killing it. So take him so long. Okay, this is really bad. Arclight Phoenix my Tyvar. Okay, I drew Rona, and I can play another Relic of Legends, and then I can find my Giganta. Pieces of the puzzle. Finds Lightning Axe and Opt, which is not good for me. Pretty far behind right now. Plays Treasure Cruise, plays Lightning Axe. Luckily, no more Phoenixes. Jar Oath of Nissa. Find Plaza Heroes. Play Giganta. I really would have liked to find like an Atraxa there. Pieces of the puzzle again. Finds Fire Impulse, Fire Impulse. And Time Walks. Uh-oh. Piece of the puzzle again. Finds Charter Course. Opt. Oh, now he has Arclight Phoenix in his graveyard. Double Fire Impulse is my dude. And I'm on a 1 turn clock now. And I drew land. I got quite flooded this game. Okay, game 2. I'm on the play. Much better. I feel quite good with this deck when I'm on the play, but you can probably say that about most decks in Pioneer. Okay, turn 1 Elf. Probably gonna die. It lives. Can find Giganta. I think Giganta in this version of the deck with lots of Atraxas is completely necessary. It's so good. Basically, once you have Giganta, you only need 3 more mana to play Atraxa. Okay, so I card in Tormod's Crypt. I think that's pretty good against Phoenix. Brotherhood's End is devastating. Kills my Karn and my Elvish Mystic. Now I'm going to grab Damping Sphere. Not sure if that's correct. I think probably like... I don't know, it's pretty strong, but so is the Stonebrain in this case. You can take out the Arclight Phoenixes. Okay, so find a Zika's Chariot. I think I played Zika's Chariot. Yeah. And Tormod's Crypt him. So you can't Treasure Cruise. Kills my Karm, that's fine, I've got more. And Fire Impulses, so I can't activate Zika's. So here I could Karn plus the Azeka's Chariot, or I can play Oath of Nissa, Final Land. I could still do the Karn, or I can Rona and Damping Sphere. So I choose to do Rona Damping Sphere. I don't know if that's correct. Sets up for basically a long game now. Damping Sphere slows me down, but I think it's really good against the deck with all the ops and such. But maybe it was a mistake. Okay, Evasion of Asgul gets me back. Karn, I can plus on the Chariot. But I think he has Lightning Axe here. Okay. I could attack, but I'd rather stay back so I can block the Hall of Storm Giants so he can't kill my Karn with it. Karn for Stonebrain. I really just want to get rid of his Phoenixes. Okay, Spell Pierce. Makes it so I can't do it just yet. And now I don't mind attacking here, because if he's gonna spend his whole turn to hit me with this Hall of the Storm Giants, I'm fine. Kills my guy anyways. Okay, he's gonna kill my Karn, most likely. Tyvar, get my Rona back, and take out all his Arclight Phoenixes. And I get to see his deck and see that he really doesn't have much to kill me with. He's just got like a Brazen Borrower left. And that Hall. So I'm in pretty good shape here. Consider Fire Impulse. And he has to pass. Okay, keen it. Oh, I played Giganta here. And I realize I can't cast anything because of the Damping Sphere. So that was probably not the right play. Okay, Ops and Petty Thefts. Which is really annoying. Here, I don't know why he killed the Tyvar instead of going for me, but I guess he's really scared of me bringing back Rona. Okay, so play Keenan, Mox Amber, Llanowar Elf. Opponent, I'm not sure why he did that. Bounces my Keenan. Maybe he's worried about me comboing him next turn. Okay, drew Atraxa here, but I'm 1 mana short of playing it. So I play Keenan and then play Giganta, I believe. He's probably going to play his Brazen Borrower here. Plays Brazen Borrower. Lightning Axe. Ouch. Hall of Storm Giants. Definitely want to jump here. Even though it means I can't quite play Atraxa. Okay, I drew a land so I can play Atraxa. Okay. He has no cards in hand. Very far ahead here. Atraxa finds another Atraxa too, so if I block here, I can just play another Atraxa. Unless he draws exactly Mystical Dispute. I'm not going to play around that. Play Atraxa, doesn't really matter. He's out of ways to kill me basically. All he has is Brazen Borrower. Yeah, he doesn't really have much way to kill me. I'll save time and just skip to game 3. So a lot of back and forth, but ultimately I can just overpower him with Karn plus Atraxa, which is basically your end game with this deck. You make lots of mana and then you do stuff with Karn and Atraxa. Don't really combo people in long games. More so just running them out of cards. Okay, I have a really good start. Thing in the Ice. It's kind of too slow against my deck. I have a really sick turn too. Or just play my whole hand. He Fire Impulse my guy. But I think I just draw Retraction Helix, so I just have the combo here. So, pretty sick turn 3 win. I could maybe also play Atraxa if I didn't draw that Retraction Helix. So yeah. So far we beat Spirits, and then Mono Green, and then Blue Red Phoenix. So yeah, it's a lot of the decks you'll find pretty often in the metagame. Round 4. I believe this is against the white-red Convoke deck, but let's see. Opponent starts with Inspiring Vantage, Legion's Landing. Our hand's quite good. We just need to draw either Karn or Mox Amber to have a turn 3 kill. So I play Rona Elf, because I know they don't really have ways to kill Rona. Okay, they had a pretty slow draw. Still looking for that Karn. Okay, I found the Karn. Now I can win. Oh, I was 1 mana short. But it's not like he can kill me, so it doesn't really matter. So my opponent has super slow draw. You probably shouldn't keep a hand like that in that deck. And now we have the kill. Card finds Mox Amber, and we can infinite combo them. Okay, so that was game 1. Game 2. Opponent's on the play. It's pretty scary against the Boros deck. I have to mulligan this, no lands. Keep this, kind of risky. It's one of those hands where your only land is a Mirrex. Kind of hoping this Oath of Nissa finds something good, but I decided to get Rona because if I draw a land, I'm in really good shape. I could have taken a land instead of Rona, but I think I made the correct decision. Draw Mirrex, which is really awkward. There's only 2 Mirrex in the deck. It's like the worst land I don't want to draw. Though of note, because of this Oath of Nissa, I can play Tyvar if I draw another land and win the game instantly on the spot. So I just need to draw a land to win the game. Any land. And I don't draw a land again. So very, very close game actually. That's kind of why I picked the Rona from the Oath of Nissas, because after that point, once I have Rona in my hand, any land is GG. Okay, now I'm on the play for game 3. Turn 1 Skrelv. So this is the power of Plaza here. It kills my Skrelv, sucks. You can turn 1 tap it for Skrelv, turn 2 play Keenan, which is really messed up. Okay, Tyber here. I can either, yeah, I just want to keep it at high loyalty and use this Keenan to block here. Okay, that was like worst case scenario. Maybe what I should have done there is just kept up Retraction Helix. That's probably what I should have done, because the only way he gets back in the game, if he's on 1 land, is if I just blind Tyvar, and I can get Gigant in my hand, get back the Skrelv. Pretty far behind here, actually. Okay. So that's a cool trick you can do. You can use Retraction Helix to bounce your Planeswalker if they're trying to kill it. That's what I did. Kind of punished him for going for the Planeswalker. And I can play Giganta here. Actually not in a horrible spot, because I can draw either Rona here to win the game, or to get close to winning the game, or I can draw Atraxa. Okay, but he plays a Knight Errant, and I believe he has 2 of these Regal Leosaurs. So I'm trying to find Rona probably. So minus, I find a Rona, very good. And because of the relic, I do have enough mana to activate Keenan here. Plays the Regal, so I kind of just want to counter this, so his creatures don't get huge. I could still activate the Keenan. Doesn't attack, end of turn, activate this. I should also activate Rona. I hope I activate Rona. Yeah, that was a mistake. So a lot of misplays in this league, but it seemed to work out anyways. Also here, I should have just activated Keenan. I don't know why I waited till his turn to activate. Because I could have, if I hit Atraxa here, then I can win the game with a Retraction Helix. But instead, he attacks with a, which apparently if you have a Regal Leosaur in play and you mutate it, they both trigger. So all your creatures get +4/+2, which is crazy. And I get an Atraxa here, he scoops. So it was kind of lucky that I hit Atraxa. I probably should have just Atraxa'd up. Should have spun the Keenan on my turn, so that if I hit, if I hit Atraxa, then I just win, because I'll probably find a Retraction Helix and I can go infinite. So okay, beat the Boros deck. I think my opponent kept some kind of loose hands, which helped me, but I think it's probably like a close to 50-50 matchup. Both like turn 3, turn 4 decks. Okay, now we're in round 5, and I'm playing against 5-color Niftalite, the Yorion version, which I don't really like the Yorion version as much, having played that and like Giganta version. Opponent's on tap land. I turn to Rona. Feeling pretty good. Okay, it kills my guy, but that's... I don't know what I'm doing here. I could have played Tyvar. I forgot about Othanissa. I could have just played Tyvar and brought back my Rona. Don't forget that, guys. Othanissa makes so you can play Tyvar without black mana. Okay, discard my Atraxa so I can bring it back with this guy. So basically, the whole reason I added that card to my deck seems to be panning out here. Opponent cycles end of turn. They're probably kind of flooded if they're doing that. And unfortunately, I did not have the right colors to play that invasion. Plays Nimbus Supreme. Just get the Atraxa. Find the combo. And I can just play the combo. So that's super cool. And infinite combo him. So that's something you can do with this deck, is just play Atraxa, instantly find the combo, play all the combo pieces, and kill them. Okay, game 2. This was a long one. Mulligan, 6-lander. Keep this. This hand's great, actually. Anytime you have Rona Tyvar, it's really nice because you just play Rona, they kill it, then you play Tyvar, and you basically are +1 card advantage and bring back your Rona with haste. And I already have the Mox Amber, so I just need the Retraction Helix combo if he has no disruption. Play my Rona turn 2, hope he kills it honestly, so I can just bring it back. He found the Orion, and I think I just play Karn here. Play Karn, and I find, yeah, Stone Brain. I think against that deck, I like to Stone Brain their Bring Delight if possible. Plays Omnath and then Swamp, or Swamp and then Omnath, which is very strange. So I could combo him if I find Retraction Helix here, but I don't. So I just get a Might Stone, a Weak Stone, kills Omnath, plays Stone Brain. So even if he plays a Sweeper here, I don't really care. He's just killing like my Rona and my 1 loyalty Karn. Also cool that playing Might Stone and Weak Stone into Stone Brain lets you trigger Rona twice. Opponent has no Bring Delight, thank God. Leyline binding my Rona, okay, in response loot. I'll just pitch the Rona, I can bring it back with Tyvar. Plays another Silver Caryatid. So Keenan is basically free because now my Mox Amber and Might Stone Weak Stone tap for 2 more mana. Use this, get rid of all his Bring Delights, and I get to see his hand. He has Selfless Glyph